Give me red lipstick, bright purple rouge, shingle bob haircut. Hurry on, wheat mama, come too late, mom will be gone. Hurry on, young man, everything's alright. Your husband's away till a Saturday night. Hurry down, sweet daddy, come too late. Now I'm raring to go, got my wrenches on my feet, mine sitting right for Tin Lizzie's seat. Hurry down, sweet daddy, come blow your horn. Come too late, mama will be. Red rooster say, I don't want real bright. Red rooster say, cock-a-doodle-doo. Rich woman say, and doodle-doo. Hurry on, sweet daddy, come blow your horn. Come too late, mom will be gone. With rosy red garters, pink hose on my feet, mine sitting right for Tin Lizzie's seat. Hurry down, come blow my horn. Come too late, mama will be gone. Every Sunday morning, church watch me go, wings spread out, preacher told me so. Hurry down, sweet, come blow your horn. Come too late, mama will be gone. Haberdasher shop, get the hat that looks best. Your sweet mama wants a brand new dress. Hurry down, sweet, come blow your horn. Come too late, mama will be. Let me down a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet on my floor. Make it soft and low, so my good gal would know. Make me a pallet on your floor. Well, the way I'm sleeping, my back and shoulders tired. The way I'm sleeping, my back and shoulders tired. Well, I'm gonna be satisfied when I catch that rail and ride. I get to Atlanta, no place to go. Make me down a pallet on your floor. But don't you let that good gal get you here. Don't you let my good gal get you here. But don't you let my good gal catch you here. Don't you let my good gal catch you here. She might stab and cut you too. Ain't no telling what that good gal might do. Goodbye, mama. Goodbye to you too, pa. Little sister, you'll have to wait a while to come along. Goodbye to this house and all its memory. We just got too old to say we're wrong. Gotta take my last trip to my bedroom. Guess I'll have to leave some stuff behind. Funny how the same old crooked picture doesn't seem the same to me tonight. Ain't no use in shedding no more tears, Mom. Ain't no use in chatting at me now, Pa. I can't live no longer with your fears now. I love you both, but that doesn't help at all. Each of us must do the things that matter. All of us must see what we can see. For it wasn't long ago, you must remember. You were once as young and scared as me. I don't know how hard it is yet, Mom, when you realize you're growing old. Know how hard it is not to be younger. I know you tried to keep me from the cold. Thanks for all you've done, it may sound hollow. Thanks for all the good times that we've known. But I must find my own road now to follow. You will all be welcome in my home. Got my suitcase, I must go now. Didn't mind about the things that you said. Sorry, Ma, I don't know where I'm going. Remember, little sister, look ahead. Tomorrow I'll be in some other sunrise. Maybe I'll have someone by my side. Mama, give your love back to your husband. Papa, you have taught me well. Goodbye. Goodbye, Mama. Goodbye to you too, Pa. I'm gonna pass. Walk along beside you, look to your eyes. When I see you smile at me, that's when I realize that I want you. Kiss me and baby hold me tight. I'll be coming home Saturday. Gonna love you in the morning, in the afternoon. Love you in the evening time. You know, a little bit of love will always do. When I'll squeeze me, tease me, and baby hold me tight. I'll be coming home Saturday night. Squeeze me and tease me, baby hold me tight. I'll be coming home Saturday. Walk along beside you, I'll hold you in my hand. When I hold you in my hand, I want the whole wide world to know I'm your man. When I squeeze me, tease me, and baby hold me tight. I'll be coming home Saturday. I'll be coming home Saturday. Work all night, all day too, just to get you something, just to give to you, just to make you satisfied, just to make you satisfied, just to make you satisfied, mama, anything I do. Give you all my money, all my loving too. Tell me now, darling, what more can I do? Just make you satisfied, mama, anything I do. Ain't nothing I could do about it. I did everything I know. Now come here, baby, sit down on my knee. Tell me now, darling, what's the matter with me? I can't make you. I can't make you. Make you satisfied, mama, anything I do. Give you my candies, 9 inches long. Everything I do looks like I do's it wrong. Make you satisfied, mama, anything I do. Be like a bull, but you're too small. I found that you can't take it at all. I can make you satisfied. Make you satisfied. Can't make you satisfied, mama, anything I do. Make you satisfied, mama, anything I do. We can't take some of the reverb out of that guitar, can we? Do you know how to take the reverb out? Okay. It's an old John Prine tune. It's a song about a woman that's been married for a man for 40 years and he hasn't said a word to her. I am an old woman named after my mother. My old man, he's another child grown old. If tree was lightning was desire, this old house would have burnt down a long time ago. Make me an angel, flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster, old Rhoda, oh. Just give me one thing I can hold on to. Leaving this living is a hard way to. When I was a young girl, had me a cowboy. Weren't much to look at, just a free roaming man. That was a long time ago, and no matter how hard I try, tears just blow back like a broken down dam. Make me an angel, flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster, oh rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to. Leaving this living is a hard way to. There's flies in the kitchen, I can hear 'em all buzzing. Ain't done nothing since I woke up today. Now how in the world can a man go to work in the morning, come home in the evening, have nothing to say? Make me an angel, flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster, oh rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to. Leaving this living is a hard way. That'll work. My baby said she left me. You know my baby wrote me a letter. No, she didn't even call. 5 little words, all she wrote. She said, see you later, I'm gone. She didn't give me no explanation why she had to go. 5 little words, all she wrote. She said, see you later, I'm gone. And when nobody loves you and you feel like dust on an empty shelf, well, then you can love yourself. My mama said she loved me. Don't you know she could be jiving too? Everybody always criticizing everything that I do. I work 9 to 5, do the best I can, try to please the boss. Bought a big old house and a brand new car, and then they laid me off. And when nobody loves you and you feel like dust on an empty shelf, you can love yourself. You can love yourself. Yeah, you can. You can love yourself, people. You can love yourself. Every time I meet a lady that I'd like to get to know, either I'm too small, she's too tall, she's rich and I'm poor. So I called up my old friend Hazel, asked her out for a little date. She said, I'm sorry now, you're just a bit too late. And when nobody loves you and you feel like dust on an empty shelf, you can love yourself. Said you can love yourself. Yeah, you can. You can love yourself, people. You can love yourself. Oh, Lord. Welcome this evening. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming to listen to me practice. Teardrops in the city, bad scooter searching for his groove. Seems like the whole world's walking pretty, and there's no room to move. I'm running on my bad side, 10th Avenue freeze out. 10th Avenue freeze out. Stranded in the jungle, taking all the heat it was given. The night was dark and the sidewalks were lined with the light of the living. From a tenant window, a radio blast. Turn the corner, things get quiet really fast. She hit me with a 10th Avenue freeze out. She hit me. Oh, I'm all alone. Oh, can't go home. She hit me with the 10th Avenue freeze out. Changes made uptown and the big man joined the band. From the coastline to the city, all Miss Birdie's waving her hand. Gonna sit right back here easy and laugh when Scooter and the big man ripped this city in half with the 10th Avenue freeze out. 10th Avenue freeze out. All right, let's pick it up a little bit. Let it rain, baby, let it pour. Let it rain now a whole lot more. I got the check. Let the rain drive right on. Let the wind sweep along. I got well, my old gal, she's a good old pal. Walks like a waterfowl. When I got ain't no one to cry for me. The fish all go out on a spree. I got deep river, got them deep river blues. Give me back, people, my old boat. I wanna see now if she floats. I got going back to Muscle Shoals. You know, time getting better there, so I'm told. I got deep river blues. Well, if my boat, baby, sinks with me, I'll go down, don't you see? I got them 10th. Well, if I sink, baby, let me die. I got them. Wasn't important. Wasn't important. It was not important.
You didn't hear me?
I don't know. I didn't hear you.
No, I said Fortch is in the audience. Why don't you ask if he wants to play with you? Humiliated, pointing out in public. Make him come up and play.
We have a great rock musician among us. We might be able to get him to play a tune or two. I think he's ready. You ready? You want to play? Not at this time. You need to pay more. You need to pay more. Right? A lot more. Stogie Carmichael tune. Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just a sweet old song, sweet Georgia on my mind. Georgia, Georgia, a song for you comes like moonlight through the pine. Other arms reach out for me, other eyes smile tenderly. Georgia, Georgia, a song for you. Come sweet and clear like moonlight through the pine. Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find. Just a sweet old song, sweet Georgia, on my mind. I don't even know what time it is. Michael Barber told me if I paid 20 minutes, he'd feed me pizza. Did you get the pizza yet?
Sit back there, wait for it.
I need. I'm getting very hungry. Okay. All right. I needed to get all this stuff out in the open in front of witnesses. Okay. An old song from Mississippi. Going down to the mama where I can have my fun. I said I'm going down to the Delta, baby, where I can have my fun, where I can drink my white line and whiskey, bring my baby home. Don't the Delta look lonesome, babe, when that evening sun goes down? I said, don't the Delta look lonesome when that evening sun goes down? You know I'm looking for my good gal. No, that good gal can't be found. You know I love you, baby, although I know you done me wrong. I said I love you, even though I know you done me wrong. But I'm so sick and tired of rambling. through this evil, mean, cruel world alone. I know you mistreat me, baby, but I can't help but love you just the same. But you know it grieves my heart to hear when some other man starts calling your name. Well, so long, good people. Time for me to say goodbye. I say so long, good people. But when my mind gets rambling, I see you on some brand new day. Take a break. I'm ready to go. It's been an hour. Union says 45 minutes. I need a break. You gotta.
We got time for about one more song.
Okay. Go. Your turn.
You want my guitar? Or his?
Yeah, I want your.
Okay.
Your strap isn't long enough, man.
All right. That's fine.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
How you doing, buddy?
How you doing?
Good to see you.
Folks, this is an impromptu thing. Fortch happened to be in the house, and I just wanted him to be able to play one song because we're all fans of Fortch and Mike. And Mike is old time, excuse me, old time blues. Fortch is the rock and roll side of the house. So we're gonna. I didn't think he was gonna help us. And you know a professional musician when in his bookcase he has his own harmonica. So if you see him going down the road, he's got the thing, blowing, practicing. You look at him in the mirror and you think, what is that guy doing back there? So, is he going to use yours? Or you need the other one?
I'm waiting for you to turn on some power here. I don't pull this out with the power on.
What color is it?
Wait.
I think it's a Tarzan case. Jeez, Mike, your strap is really short. Come on. Are you tuned up?
That going on for you? Should be. He was a couple hours ago. You have time for about one song.
Oh, you're going to have to turn me down. All right. Yeah, that'll work. How y'all doing? That good, huh? All right, this is I released a CD in August, and this is the title track off that CD. And And it's actually a rock and roll CD, but I don't have a band up here with me. So we're going to do the acoustic version. The guitar coming through? Here we go. But I've never played this guitar before, so bear with me. Anyway, this song is called, and the title track of the CD is "Don't Quit on Me," and it's really a song of hope. It's kind of a the lyrics are kind of down, but it's really a song about hope. And so let's try it out here. I see those yellow ribbons flying now, baby, and the flags hang from the cars and houses now, baby, and it doesn't seem there's any end in sight. If our pride won't let us back down from this fight, I'm a craneman down at number 4. I've been working all my life, and I've kept my obligations to my 3 kids and my wife. Now the local banks foreclosing on our home, and we're scratching by to make it on our own. Don't quit on me tomorrow, so quit in me tonight. This path we're bound to follow lead us to the light. There's 40 million reasons why we can win the day. If we don't quit on each other, love will help us find our way. Well, some foreign outfit bought the mill and they shut that sucker down, and they sold for scrap the lives we built for pennies on a pound. What is it that we're really living for if we can't afford a doctor anymore? If one goes down, we're all affected. Why do we have to choose? If we stand together and reason that it's now or never, what do we have to lose? Do we take responsibility now, baby? Or simply go on disability now, baby? And we're fighting to defend this way of life, but it's harder now to tell the wrongs from right. Don't quit on me tomorrow, there's no other. Love will help us find our way. Thank you so much. Thank you, Michael.
Thanks for coming up, man.
Yeah, man. Should have tuned that guitar for us.
Okay, we're going to take a small break and set up for the next part of the program, and we'll be just take a few minutes to do that. And welcome. Thank you for coming out tonight to this great night of music. To start off, we had Spider Mike and he has a CD that is available. It's the West End Blues. Just to let you know, if you would like to get a copy of that, you can contact Topics Design TV or myself, David Pell, at Cat's Imagination. I get in contact with him so you can get a CD if you don't get one tonight. Just so happens I'm the recording engineer and producer and did all the artwork for his product. And then we also got to hear a song from Fortch. Again, you can get the CDs from him. You can contact the same people if you would like to have some CD of his music. And in this particular item, I did all the artwork. I was not the recording engineer or producer, but I did the artwork for this. So to give you some ideas, some products that I do when I'm not doing TV shows and stuff like that. So tonight we're here on the beautiful campus of University of North Carolina, Wilmington, in the bookstore, to talk to author Michael Barber about his book, Auctioneering, the Handbook and History of Auctioneering. Michael is a second-generation auctioneer and real estate agent. He's got a BAS from Campbell University, an MA from Fayetteville State University. He's received the Medal of Achievement as a Navy submariner while he was in the Navy. He's an adjunct professor here on campus at UNCW in real estate. He's the 2011 president of North Carolina Auctioneers Association. He's also active in a lot of events here in the Wilmington and Pender County regions of all different type of nonprofits. And he is the writer of this book. Michael, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in and
That's
having us
mouthful,
do
wasn't
this.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, man, you've done a lot
So,
in your short time.
there we go.
So let's talk about the book. Why did you write the book? What motivated you to do this?
The book is, this microphone's way too hot, isn't it? Hang on just a second. We have, is that better?
Yeah.
Is that better? The book is, the focus of the book is for folks that are interested in auctioneering. You might have to, at one point in your life, have to liquidate an estate for a family member. You might want to liquidate your own items. And it always amuses me when I sit down with literate, intelligent people and they say they've called me in because I'm a professional auctioneer and they want to liquidate the stuff. And they say that one of the first things that comes out in the early conversations is, listen, I'm not a dummy, I know what an auction is, but exactly how does it work? And we got to sit down and have that dialogue. Well, this book, the first half of it walks them through that dialogue so we can kind of get over that by the time they've made contact, and it will help them in their search for professional help.
Well, in reading through the book, what I found interesting is there's so many different types of auctions.
There are.
And
yeah.
just in how to conduct an auction. And the book is not only for the auctioneer who wants to learn how to do that or keep on top of things if they're already currently an auctioneer, but it's also good for the consumer. So if they want to hire somebody to come in and do an auction, they have
Sure.
a better understanding what the process is.
Sure.
And by reading this, they have so many different options of type of auctions. They can kind of talk to you and say, I would like, since they have read the book, know they would like maybe try a certain type of auction over another type. Be a little more informed in that way. It's a great book. The history is very fascinating in this, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But I want to talk about the cover for the people who have been looking at the book. Tell me about the knight's helmet. We're just going to go through the inventory here.
Yeah, that's actually a modernization of the very first International Auctioneering Association called themselves Knights of the Hammer. And that was their logo, was the knight's helmet and the shield and the red flag, of course, which you have to understand that the history of auctioneering goes back so far, it goes way back before the printing press. And the red flag, anytime you saw a red flag hung in public, it meant that there was an auction going on there that day. And of course the hammer is the signal of something being sold.
Yeah, but the hammer also has another unique distinction to it about, isn't it a binding contract?
It is. It is the only legally binding oral contract in the United States.
And talking about the history, it does go way back. Can you kind of fill us in just briefly?
Well, the
in
earliest
its origins and how it moved
sure,
forward?
yeah. The earliest written record we have of an auction, of a live auction, is from 500 BC, so 2,500 years ago in Babylon. The Babylonians were interesting. They didn't have the concept of romantic love and marriage. And when women came of age in a family, they were taken to auction. And the only way that a woman could change possession was through the auction process. And they would auction the women off to all the viable men, and on it would go. So it's an interesting concept.
Eventually phased that out.
I don't think my wife would go along with anything like that. But.
Well, I found it interesting, the book about the auction of Rome. I thought that was an interesting read, how the Rome was auctioned off.
Oh yeah, the entire Roman Empire was auctioned off in one auction. And the guy, the Praetorian Guard, which would be the equivalent of today's Secret Service around the president, the Praetorian Guard actually assassinated the emperor and took over Rome. And then they proceeded to auction the emperorship and all the holdings of Rome off, and they did it. And the guy that actually bought there was a high bidder and became emperor because he was a high bidder. One of the generals from out in the legions came in and conquered him, and they assassinated him, the auctioneer, and all the other bidders in the auction. They rounded them up and assassinated, punished them by death.
Something that the Romans did I found interesting is whenever they conquered a new territory, the commander of the Roman army would go through and auction off the conquest.
Yeah, it was the colonel, which is the original root of the rank that we now know as colonel, and they auctioned off. As a matter of fact, Roman merchants from all through the empire would travel with the Roman legions and to buy after they were successful and conquered whatever it is they were after. These folks would, these business people would participate in the auction and buy stuff and distribute it throughout the empire, including the conquered people. So there was quite a bit of human trafficking going on there too.
Well, that leads to the other part of auctioneering. You know, obviously, we both grew up in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Sure.
And in Fayetteville, there's the market house, which is in the central part of town, which is near the river, and that's where the goods were auctioned off and sold, meaning both not only tobacco and whatever food crops, but also the slaves at that time.
The slave trade was a very integral part of. We talk about globalization of the marketplace now, but even back then, the markets were interlinked, and the manufacturing merchandise was going from here. From Europe, going to Africa, primarily to the Ivory Coast, being traded there for slaves who were shipped to the Americas to use as plantation labor, to ship the results of the plantation labor to Europe to be sold, and they were making a lot of money, and it was a global, certainly Atlantic anyway, and the most expedient way to move any merchandise is through the auction process. And they used it not only for the goods, tobacco and cotton, but they also used it for the slave labor as well.
So since we're here in Wilmington, we're on the same river, the Cape Fear River that Fayetteville's on. Did Wilmington have an equivalent, a market house here in Wilmington, or did they have to go to Fayetteville to conduct those type auctions?
That's an interesting idea. I am not personally aware of any writings about slave sales, auction sales here in Wilmington. We know they went upriver to Fayetteville. Maybe in version 2 of the book we'll explore that possibility a little bit, but I'm currently not aware of it.
Since we're here in Wilmington and here on the water, I was curious about
now,
the
we know
auction
tobacco
history here.
auctions happen here, and peanuts and cotton and that sort of thing, but I'm not aware of any human trafficking that went on here.
Now, in talking, in reading the book, as well as talking with you, it was interesting just to talk about the different types of auctions, that some of them work opposite of what you think. You usually think a bid starts low and it goes high, and whoever the high bidder is the winner of the item, but there's auctions that work the opposite way.
There are. The bidding that we're used to is called an ascending bid, or the English system. We start low and go high. But there are many auction companies, and mostly in Europe, that use a Dutch auction, and they start just a little above where they think the market value is on the item, and they start ticking down. And there's really only one bidder in that auction. The first person to bid wins. And so it's incumbent upon you, if you and I are bidding, you got to be looking over there at me, because the minute I raise my card, you're out. You don't get a chance to buy it. And so you got to kind of think, you got to be quick. And there's a school of thought that that's the way to maximize the profits on the item. So, and it's much, much faster than the assembly bid, much faster.
Now, a person who does the auctioning, the auctioneer, you have a title of colonel.
Yes, it's an honorary title. Yeah.
It's an honorary title. And I know there's some discussion about how that started, how that name came about. Can you tell the stories concerning that?
Yeah, I'm in trouble over that because of the book. The National Auctioneer Association, which is the largest one in the world, they have put out for years that it came from a decree from President Lincoln during Reconstruction, that no one beneath the rank of colonel could conduct an auction because of the carpetbaggers and all the shenanigans went on with that. And well, we did some research because it didn't make sense to me. I mean, President Lincoln was assassinated 5 days after the Appomattox. He wasn't around for Reconstruction. It just didn't make sense to me. So we went to work looking through the archives and found a lot of auctions conducted during Reconstruction, but most of them were signed off on by enlisted people. There's no colonels anywhere in it. And then we came across a magazine that was an international auctioneering magazine, the first of its kind, and it went out monthly, almost 100,000 distributions, and then we're talking about 1890, so that's a big deal. And the fella M. Cummings, who was the publisher, was at an auction, and somebody from the audience yelled up at the auctioneer and said, "Hey, Colonel," and hollered at him something, and Cummings just thought it was very cool, so he went up to the auctioneer afterwards and said, "You're too young to have been in a war." Now, in the 1890s, when you're talking about being in the war, they were talking about the Civil War. And he said, "Yeah, I've never been in the military a day in my life." He said, "Well, why do they call you Colonel?" He said, "I don't know, sometimes the old timers do that." And so M. Cummings got to thinking about this, and he went back to Chicago. And from that day forward, every publication that they put out on auctioneering, if an auctioneer was named in the publication, he gave them the title of Colonel. And in the book, I actually reproduce that where some folks start writing into Cummings and saying, "Listen, I appreciate you publishing my letter and whatnot, but I'm not a colonel." And Cummings actually publishes his response to that letter in his own magazine and says that he felt like there were too many Misters and Esquires in the world, and that auctioneers deserved to have a professional title, and he thought Colonel was just the thing, and he literally says it's a harmless fallacy. And he pushed it and pushed it and pushed it for the next 20 years, and all these years later, we still call auctioneers Colonel. But there's nothing, absolutely nothing official about it. It's like the white coat for medical doctors, you know, back in the day. Of course, the doctors deserve their white coat now. I don't know if auctioneers deserve to be Colonel.
I found it interesting that one of the oldest companies in existence is an auction house, the Hudson Company?
The Hudson Bay Company. Yeah. They were the very first incorporated company in the United States. They've been since 1674, and they're still in business today. And they're, at one point in their history, in the 1700s, they were the largest landowner in the world.
Yeah, Canada.
They own yes, the largest land purchase ever made by the Canadian government was purchased from them. It was the Hudson Bay Company.
It's very interesting. Mm-hmm. And what's also very interesting reading about the book is how James Bond somehow factors into being...
He more than factors in.
Into being an auctioneer.
He was the most famous auctioneer in history. And a lot of people don't know, James Bond is actually a real person. His real name is Peter Wilson, and he was the most famous money-makingest auctioneer in all of history. And the way Peter Wilson became James Bond, he went to work actually as a furniture porter for Sotheby's auction house, and started working his way up through the ranks, and then of course World War II came along, and he was inducted into the service while he went and joined along with everybody else his age, and wound up going off to the first class up of the secret espionage folks, MI4 at the time, or 5, and 42 people went into the class, and only 7 of them actually survived and graduated, and they issued their number in alphabetical order, and being Peter Wilson, he was last, and he got 007, and he went on to help the cause of the war, traveling internationally, doing espionage and all sorts of things. The unique thing about it was, after the war, when he came home, he went back to work for Sotheby's, and the MI6 at that point, when it made the transition, wanted him to stay on, and the CIA from here in the United States wanted to hire him, and he said, no, I'm going to stay, I'm going back to be an auctioneer. Well, he worked his way up through Sotheby's to wind up being a CEO of the company and the most successful auctioneer in the world. What we didn't know until the middle 70s was that all the time he was using the auctioneering career to travel the world, working directly for Queen Elizabeth as an espionage agent and assassin. So of course, when all that came out in the 70s, he wound up having to retire to south of France and fly under the radar. But yeah, but he's a real person.
Yeah, there's a lot of other information in here. I recommend getting the books and catch up on all the other things. The one auction that the Chinese did where no one talked.
Yes.
I found that an interesting read.
Yeah.
And that. But let's talk about what's going to happen later tonight. You're going to be doing an auction here in just a few minutes. And what type of auction you're going to be doing? Out of all the types that are offered, we're
going to do the basic English ascending bid. And we have a little twist in it because we actually put the items up on the internet. So for a week or so, people have been able to start the bidding process. That ended at 5 o'clock. And then if they're not here to defend their bid tonight and they get outbid, they lose it. And if they don't get outbid, well, they won it. But all of the money from these items, by the way, folks, all these items have been donated by various folks, businesses locally, and of course, Claude Farrell, who all the money is going to the Claude Farrell Scholarship Fund, and this item came from his family, the drumhead with Aerosmith on it, signatures on it, and that'll be it. We figure it's a book about auctioneering. We might as well have an auction. Can't have an auction without raising some money.
Let's do this. Let's turn it over to you and let you describe all the items so for the audience who's on the internet can hear what's going on, as well as for these people that haven't walked up to see what's going on, and then we'll see how the auction goes.
Sure. First things first, I need some help from the audience. We've had, while I'm doing this, Fortch, you want to help me here? Yeah, right behind you is a pile of yellow cards. Anybody that's interested in bidding, grab a card from Fortch. You want to do that for me? Yeah. Don't stand around and look like you're not busy in front of me, man. We'll put you to work. The students, for the students, we have a couple of things. We tried to put together a collection of items that everybody would be interested in. First of all, we have Dean for the Day. That will be the first thing on the block. That is, you will be Dean of Students for the day. That includes lunch, I'm told. We have the carving of the fish, which was donated by a local business that did not give us a card, and I don't know the name of it. We have Spider Mike. Where's Spider Mike? Spider Mike, there he is. Everybody give Spider Mike another round of applause. It's getting harder and harder to find the old time blues. Everybody's got so accustomed to the rock and roll and 4,000 watts of power. But Mike is still out there keeping the true spirit of the blues. Mike has donated a 90-minute house concert. He will come to your house for you and all your friends and play a 90-minute concert. Nancy's hair salon down on the beach, for those of you that, many of you are too young to know, but some of the older fellows like Ed Graham and them back there might know. Nancy's been around. I remember getting my hair cut there as far back as the 70s, and Nancy has now retired, and it's now the Tease Salon. The unique thing about that item is it's good for one visit for a guy or a girl, and there's no price limit on it. So when you need a haircut or you want a perm, whatever it is, you're covered. The Tightline fishing charters down here out of Wrightsville Beach, Captain Blair White, who's a really, really cool guy, donated a half-day fishing trip, a charter for 2 people. The Hampton Suites down in Wrightsville Beach gave us a free overnight stay, kind of a local getaway evening. And we have one of the most valuable items of the evening, or UNCW basketball, with all the team signatures. Come on, guys, we need to show them some support. They need our help. We have a 3-hour evening limo service donated from Azalea Limos. And, oh, the most important thing, the drumhead. This drumhead from Aerosmith is actually a very special thing here. It was actually given by the faculty to Claude Farrell, Dr. Farrell, when he retired. So this was his retirement gift, and it hung in his office, and it's on the block tonight. So, does anybody have any questions about it? How many people in here, and you don't have to be bashful, how many people in here have actually been to a live bid call auction before? That is not a lot of people. So, we're going to have a little fun with this, and one of the things, got to have the official hammer, one of the things that I want you to be aware of when we talk about the auction, auctioneering has a lot of different facets to it. The guys on Wall Street, when they're doing their auctions in the pit, they go really, really, really fast. And they have their own kind of secret code language that they use. And car dealership auctioneers, the car auctioneers, they did the same thing. Tobacco auctioneers, back in up until the mid-'80s, when they were still doing the tobacco auctions, those guys had their own languages as well. Even if you could speak English and could understand them, you wouldn't have a clue what they were talking about when they started their chanting. But for most auctions, the auctioneer doesn't really want to go very fast. So we're gonna modulate it a little bit, try a little of everything, and move on. How many bid cards? How many bid cards? How many bid cards we got? Whoa, we got a lot of them. Good. All right, now listen. We're having some technical difficulties. That computer over there that David Pell's leaning on is the only source we have to write out receipts. And the hard drive crashed. Now, normally that's not a big deal. There's a slide-in tray, put the new hard drive in, fired it up, it lasted about 45 seconds, and it crashed. I think there's something wrong with the electricity in this room. So anyway, we wound up with a whole crash system. So if you buy something, I need you to fill out the ticket on the bottom of that thing and notate on there what you bought, and I'm going to hold you accountable. So, all right. First, how many students do I have with the tickets? Students with tickets. This is a special item for you. And I have no opening bids off the internet for this. Not one. You get to be dean for the day, you're excused from classes, you get a deanly experience, and they're going to take you to lunch too. So, because you're students, and I know that probably most of you are poor like I was when I was a student, we're going to open it up. Hold them bid cards up high, let me see them. Hold them up high, let me see them. We'll start it at $5. $5 will go 5, now 10. 5 will go 10, I get 5 will go 10. You can't have a bid. I got 10 and 15. 10 and a 15 would have bid to buy 15. 15, who raised their card at $5? $15 now 20. And 15 and 20. 15 and a $20 would go 20. Gonna get $20. Come on, you got $20. Borrow it from her. It looks like she's got it. $20. 15 would go 20. 15 would go 20 now 25. 20 now 25 and a 5. Don't look at him, look at me. 25, 25, 20 now 25 and a 25. Bid it to buy 25 and a 5 to go 25. Bid it 25, 25, 25. Sold it right there, $20, bidder number. Give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. All right, you're gonna fill that thing out. Okay, the next item up, where I'm just gonna go in order here, is the fish. It's got this is a heavy item. It's got a very robust hanger on the back of it. We have an internet bid starting at $10, and yes, $10. The bidder $10.27. I don't know who that is, but they bid up $10. So open it up at $10. We got 20, 20 now 30. 20 and 30 now 35. 35 and a 40 would go 40. You're out, sir. 40 now 45. 45 now 50. $50 to you. $50, 59, 55. 55 now 60. 55 now 60 would go 60. Give me $60 bidder. $60 and 70 back there to you. 70 to you. 70 now 75. 75 and an 80. 75 and an 80. 75 and an 80. Look at it. It's so pretty. 75 and an 80 would go 80. Give me $80. One more time. Just go one more time. They won't bid. I'll bid you again. $80. $80 one time. One time. $80 back there. 80 now 85. 80 and 85 would go 85. What are you clapping for him already? I got you at $80. 85. Don't look at him and clap for him. 85. Go one more time. 85 and a 5 would go 85 and a 5 and a 5. Bid it to buy at 85. Bid it to buy at 85. Sold it right there, $80, bidder number 762. Bidder. Now we got all this on videotape. By the way, the price tag in the store down there where that place, I can't remember the name of that store. They had a $150 price tag on that thing. All right, next item up on the block. Spider Mike, 90-minute home concert for Spider Mike. It's good for a year, and you're going to get his latest CD here, by the way, which got outstanding reviews all over the country. So you get the CD tonight. You'll have 1 year to book Spider Mike for the evening, and you know, you got to kind of match his schedule when you're doing that, because he's got a pretty busy concert schedule. So, what do you want to open it up at? Somebody give me $100. Ed, give me $100, open it up. $100 would go one, can I get $100 would go 75, and a 50 would go $25. Nothing? I got $100 now, 150. 100 would go 150. 100 would go 150. Got 100 here, would go 150. 150. 150. Any other bidders? I got $100. Any other bidders? That's just a little more than $1 a minute. Sold it. $100 to me. Come on, you can clap. I don't have a bidder number. The next item up is the hairdo from the Tea Salon, Nancy's old place. Hairdo. And again, there's no dollar amount on this. It is go in and tell her what you want, and she'll do it. So I have a $5 internet opening bid. $5 now 10. 5 would go 10. You get 10. I get 10 now 15. 10, 15 now 20. And 20 would go 20. It's worth more to her, but go 20. 20. Drive her up. $20. 15 would go 20. You're gonna get $20 bid with 20 now 25. 20 and 25 at a 5 to go 25. Don't make a liar out of me. 20. I made a promise to him just there. 20 would go 25 at a 5 to go 25. Bid it at 25. Go with me one more time. He won't outbid you. 25. 25. He's a classmate. Come on. 25 now 30. 25 and a 30 would go 30. Did you just bid? You got to be careful about that, Dr. Burris. No. He raised his hand about something. I thought he was back there bidding. 25. And 30. 25 and a 30. 30. 30. Sold it. $25. What's your number? Get a number. All right.
Now what?
Fishing trip. The fishing trip. There you go. All right. This is a half-day fishing trip with Tightline. Blair White, Captain White. He's a really good guy. He's a funny guy. He'll supply all your rods and everything like that. You just jump on a boat and go. It's for 2 people, half day. And somebody opened up, it's got a $300 value on it, so let's open it up for $100. $100 would go 1, can I get $100? Now 2. 100 now 2. 100, 150. 150. 150 now 2. 150 now 2. 150 would go 2, would go 2. Come on, just one time. 150 would go 2. $200. $200. 175. 175 and now 200. 175 and a 2. We got a new bidder back there. 175 now 2. 175 now 2. 200 now 2 and a quarter. 2 and a quarter. Got 200 in the back. 2 and a quarter. 2 and a quarter. Just one more time. Doesn't hurt. Just all you got to do is that. 200 now 2 and a quarter. Would go 2 and a quarter. Bid it to buy. 2 and a quarter. 2 and a quarter. $225,000. $300 basic value. I'll throw in a 6-pack of beer. 225. Sold it back there, $200. Bidder number 775. Thank you. Give him a big round of applause. All right, next item up on the block is the UNCW signature basketball. Signed by all the members of the team. And here you go. How much? Where's Chuck? Chuck, how much does the basketball cost downstairs?
Oh, it's very, very reasonable.
How much is it?
20 bucks.
20 bucks?
25 bucks for that.
25 bucks just for the basketball. So we're going to start it off at 10. Hey, $10, we're going to go 10, give me $10, now 15. 15, now 20, we're going to go 20, give it by $20. 15, now 20, now 25. 25, you're out. $25, get back in. 25 at a 5, we're going to go 25. $25 bidding by 25. Anybody of the bidders? 25, you out. 25, 25. I got you at 20. But I'll take your 25 if you want to do that. Sold it right there. $20, bidder number. What's your number? 777. Next item up on the block is the evening limo service. And I'm going to do these two things. We're going to do these back to back. Because I figure this will be fun. This is it. We can, we're going to do them separately, but I want you to know this is a Hampton Suites, evening, one night getaway here in town, down at Wrightsville Beach. And I just thought it would be very cool. Whoever bought this, they're probably also going to want a limo service for the evening and make it a real getaway. So hand you that. All right. And the limo, we have an opening bid on the internet of $50. So we're going to open it up on the limo service now. Limo service, that's the one on your right hand. Limo service from Isaiah Limos, and they have every kind of limo, even the big stretch Hummer. You have to work out with them what you want to do. So we've got $50 on the internet, would it go 75? 50 to 75 now, 100. 75 and 100, would it go 1? Can I get $100? 75 to get $100. 75 and 100, 100 anywhere in a half, 75, $76. It is real hard to have an auction with only one bidder. I got you at 75. You bidding 76? Or are you going to throw in an extra dollar? 76. I still only got one bidder. You going to bid against yourself again? $100. 76 would go $100. Anybody else interested in the limo service? Sold it right there. $76. Bidder number 773. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Next item up on the block is the evening getaway at the Hampton Suites in Wrightsville Beach. We have an opening bid of $25 on the internet. So we got 25. It goes great with the limo. Where'd he go? He disappeared on me.
773. No, he's there.
We've got 25 to go $50. 25 to go 50. Can you get 50? Would it go $50? Go on. 25 to go 50. 25 to go 50. 25. I love it when they go to committee. $25 would it go 50. $25. Anybody else in the house interested in this? $25. This is the evening at Wrightsville Beach. 25 to go 50. I got two people. 50 and 60. No. 55. All right, 55 now 60. 55 and now 60. 55 to go 60. Bid it by $60. Right, don't turn your back on me in the middle of a negotiation. Sold it right there. $55. Bidder number 777. 775. 775.
This is it.
This is, well, we have one more thing to do after this one, but this is the last item on the block tonight. We'll have one more kind of thrown in situation here. As I said, this was the faculty retirement gift to Dr. Farrell. It has all the signatures of the band Aerosmith on it, and taped to the back of it is an envelope with the certificate of authenticity. There's a picture of it on the internet, but I'm not going to try and take it apart again. We have an opening bid of $75 from the internet. So open it up at 75 to go $100. 75 to go 1, can I get $100? 75 got $100 now, 125. 75, 100, 125, 125. Bidding by 125. Got $100 up here, 125. Anywhere in the house. Got $100 here, we go 125. 125, thank you now, 150. Got 125 and 150. 125 to go 150. Come on, you don't have to grit your teeth that hard. So $150. $150. We're at 125 in the back, go 150. 150, you guys, 150, now 175. 150, now 175 in the 5, go 175. Aerosmith, all the original signatures, 175. I got 150 up, 175, now $200. Bidding by 2, would it go $200? $200. Come on, I see you want it. $200, he won't outbid you again, just go one more time. The value on this thing is about $300. I think that frame cost $100. $200. 175 in the back, would it go 2? $200, bid it at $200. Just nod with me, just do one time. $200. $200 anywhere in the room. Anywhere in the room. Sold it, $175. And he's a happy camper, he ought to be. Bidder number 777. Bidder number 777. $175. All right, I'm going to do something here. All of you business people and business majors I see in the room, I don't know what they actually teach you to send you out on the streets with, But here's the bottom line when it comes to salesmanship. And I see auctioneering as the ultimate salesmanship. Negotiating in public, live, right here, right now. And sometimes it's for $25, and sometimes it's for $25 million. But unless you ask, you don't know. If you don't ask, you're probably not going to get much. So I'm going to ask this. All of this money this evening is going to the Claude Farrell Scholarship Fund. It is a, correct me if make sure I'm staying right here. This is a perpetual fund. So the money is actually going to only the interest is being, is that right? So it just sits there and accrues interest. It's a funded thing. I'm going to ask if there's anyone in the room, you're not buying anything. You're just putting money into the pot. I want a bidder at $500. $500. $250. Can I get anybody takers at $100? $100. $100 donation to Claude Farrell. I have two. Thank you. Give them a big hand. $774 and $775. We got two $100 bids. Now $75. $75. Somebody pitch in. $75. $75. $50.
It's a scholarship.
$50. It's scholarship money. $50. Anybody in at $25? 25 to 25 to 5 to 25 is tax deductible. 25, come on. $25, thank you very much. We have $25 for $755. There you go. All right, we're coming down to student level here. $20, $10. How many students can afford $10? Raise your card. These tuition hikes are killing me. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, give yourself a big hand. We really appreciate it. I didn't add all that up in my head, but that is the end of the auction, and all the money will go. All the buyers need to kind of come see me, and we'll settle all that out. And Mr. David Pell, come on back out here.
Well, this concludes tonight.
Thank
you. This was very exciting, very
Oh, we have one last thing.
Oh.
One last thing. We have a pile of the books up here. The books are $14.95, and if you want to purchase one tonight, I'm here to sign it. You know my signature is going to make it worth $100,000 one of these days. I mean, come on, folks. You know, I'm going to be rich and famous eventually. I'm not giving up hope on that. All right, so they're right here if you need them.
Books are right here. Please come
up.
up.
And cash out the books, by the way, in the back there at the cash register.
Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Good job.
Thank you, man.
Shut all that down.